All right. Well, welcome everybody this Sunday to our town hall. We're excited to be joined by the Lama, and I'll turn it over to him in just a moment. But first, I wanted to mention that we have the member event coming up Tuesday. So if you are a member, check that out. If you're not a member, become a member, and so you can join us on Tuesday. We also have master class coming up next weekend. So I'll pop something in the chat for the registration link for that. Otherwise, without further ado, I will turn it over to Lama.
Written by Emily Witt, narrated by Tanis Burke.
Good morning, everybody. Nice to see you. I don't know if you could see me. Let me work on that. Hi, and a beautiful Sunday it is. Good day to be grateful for all the gifts and grace that we have, and even that we're just still alive. Not to mention together, and we can get together like this, which is so great. It means a lot to me and to all of us, I know. So it's nice to see you. I know it's hard to tear yourselves away from the World Cup and the NFL, etc. But a man cannot live by sports alone. I've tried. Anyway, let's have a moment of silence and appreciation and gratitude. Silence for all those who are suffering and afflicted in this world and in all possible worlds and dimensions, and especially those in the war-torn Ukraine and etc. and elsewhere. I was just reading about an Alaskan village that has to relocate because of the rising seas. You know, we might see more of this, especially if we keep sleepwalking towards the cliff of environmental crisis, destruction. And open our hearts and include all in our hearts and prayers and aspirations and embrace in our loving circle of all-inclusive community. I'm grateful. We're the lucky ones. So many people I know haven't gotten to my age, who I grew up with. Maybe you've had that experience too. So thank you, thank you, thank you. None of us can do it alone. Thank you. Ojanyuljina chasa pemagesadambala yasinchaginga drabne pemajanishisudra kodukandra mampakur Nyaki Jesu Datriki Shigila Chisha Susal Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Ahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Ho Sangha Dharma Buddha Om Aham Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Ho Lama Yidam Khandra Om Aham Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Ho. 3 kayas within Om Aham Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Om. May the Buddha's blessings ever awaken and illumine our good minds. May the inconceivable blessings of the Enlightened One open and warm and radiate our good hearts. May the extraordinary, marvelous blessings of innate wakefulness dispel the momentary illusion we've ever been separate, incomplete, or apart. In homage to the Buddha, the light, the divine, to God, the goddess in your seat, don't overlook them. Ah, how sweet it is. Just sitting, just breathing, just being attentive, present, alive, awake, aware. What words can F the ineffable, express the inexpressible? Eyes open, ears open, nose open, mouth open. No gaga, get out of your left brain. Heart open, mind open, open. The big frame, Mahamudra, the ultimate perspective, the great symbol, the innate great perfections, Dzogchen, as it is. Leave it as it is, and rest the weary heart and mind, body and soul. See through everything, just be through everything, and remain at home, on the spot, on your Buddha seat, unhindered, luminous, lucid, open, openness and awareness, inseparable, luminous, calm and clear, right there, right here. Being there while getting there, being here while getting there, being there while getting there every single step of the rainbow way, not waiting for any pot of gold at the end. It's gold in every step. Just breathing and aware of it, mindfulness of breathing, anapanasati, mindfulness of breathing, the basic Buddhist concentrative meditation exercise, good for focusing, calming and clearing the mind, the attention, honing the attention like the laser beam, like sharpening a pencil. You can cut deeper, see more incisively, insightfully, turning inside out, and then sensing what's up, who, what is experiencing. Aware of physical sensations in the body, aware of breath and energy going in and out, simply letting it go. And third, aware of awareness itself, natural awareness, organic awareness, present awareness, what can we call it? Pure presence, with innate wakefulness. The big mind, heart. Participate in that, enjoy it, be it. No, let it go. Okay. Enjoy the joy of natural awareness, natural meditation. This breath, only breath, this breath, moment, only moment. Yes, yes, yes. Take the load off. Drop everything and then sense who what is experiencing, is thinking, is trying to meditate, who what is present, is experiencing your own experience. Who is it? What is it? Where is it? If you don't find anything, be nothing for a moment. No one. It can be transformative. From the bottomless abyss of luminous, centerless openness, of true nature, a transpersonal being, not a separate being, but transpersonal beingness itself, the ends, the true nature, the heart mind, of Buddha nature, as it is, primordially perfect, spontaneously manifesting, as we said in Dzogchen, in the whole. Wondrous, amazing, hallelujah, swaha, amen. Oh. Oh. Oh, what a relief, what a release to have arrived at last, to touch, to rest in the primordial ground of just being, letting go of separate beingness, being a being, just being. It ain't double talk. It's oneness, it's totality talk. Beyond oneness or noneness, being aware, goodness. Letting things comes and go. Letting go means letting come and go, letting be. Friends, that's the secret. Awareness, aware of awareness, uncompartmentalized, non-dual awareness, pure presence, practice of presencing God as a verb. Buddha lives to each of us in the whole. Way to go. Thank you. Eyes open, ears open, nose open, throat open, mouth open, go a little gaga. Let go of relying on rational mind for the moment. Left brain, analytical, sequential thinking, and just enter the intuitive, beyond rational, Gestalt side of the brain, the right side, rocking the pattern all at once, not sequentially, as a balance to our over rationality. Heart open, mind open, breath open, diaphragm, anus, everything open, decontracted, relaxed, letting go, letting flow, letting come and go, letting be. Enjoying the show. It's the best show, the only show in town. Dig it. Seeing is freeing. Awareness is curative. Enjoy the clear light in all forms, coming in through the five senses and out also, not just through the eyes. Clear light, subtle consciousness, transpersonal awareness with a capital A, super awareness. The sovereign of all actions, beyond action and beyond inaction too. The sublime Dharma is accomplished as Patrick tracings. Beyond action and inaction both. The sublime Dharma is accomplished in the whole. Let it go. Enjoy the Tao, the very flow. Come home, assuming a Buddha seat, rest in the origin of all things. Present, attentive, aligned, harmonious, open and aware. This breath only, breath, this moment only moment. Just this much, this is it. Thank you. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Mantra 3. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Hey. Om Mani Padme Hum Hum Re. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Om Mani Padme Hum. Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum Re. 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Nathan, could we see Kempo's dedication prayer and my millennium prayer at the back of the prayer Dzogchen Center prayer book, please? Thank you, Bud. Translated from Tibetan. Through the merit of this virtuous practice, may the light of the Buddha's precious teachings remain for ages to come, the ground for every single kind of benefit and happiness. May all the supreme holders of the teachings who uphold its living truth agree to live for aeons, and their lotus feet stand firm in this fleeting world. And so may the sun of altruism and well-being, bodhicitta, in all its blazing splendor, shine the brilliant light of the study and practice of liberating Buddha Dharma throughout every corner of the universe. May all beings everywhere with whom we are inseparably interconnected and who want and need, same as we do, may all be awakened, liberated, healed, fulfilled, safe, and free, and anxiety-free, worry-free. May there be peace and harmony in this world, and an end to war and violence, poverty and hunger, inequality and depression, greed and cruelty, pandemics, famine, droughts, earthquakes, all kinds of natural disasters. May all be free from fear, harm, danger, anxiety, insecurity, abuse, exploitation, and may we better prepare ourselves for the natural calamities that can beset us all. And may we all together complete this glorious, marvelous, blessed spiritual journey. One beloved community, one circle, one's family, one sangha, one satsang, all the way home, including all, one and all in our aspirations, prayers, and practices today and going forward. In ever-widening concentric circles, beginning at the heart of it all with ourselves and our loved ones, in mutual reciprocity with them, giving and receiving, breathing together, tuning together, tuned, harmonious, and expanding in concentric circles outwards in all dimensions, including all beings, human and otherwise, seen and unseen, past, present, and future, in concentric circles from the heart radiating outward, and at the same time absorbing their goodness and well-wishing, embracing the refuge tree, the invisible array above us, around us, within us, holding it all in mind and heart and being held by it as well. I am a tree. I feel the bodhicitta sap rising within me, us. All trees with their roots entangled beneath earth. Many trees, one root system, being nourished by the good earth, the ground, the primordial ground of being. The word dharma has 22 etymological meanings. One of them is that which upholds or supports, like the earth. Trusting in the dharma, exploring the dharma, practicing and realizing the dharma, becoming dharma, being dharma, exuding dharma, all in one breath, one lifetime. For the betterment of one and all. May it be so. Again, bowing to the light, the Buddha in their seat, don't overlook them. Ah, how sweet it is. Imaho, the shortest Dzogchen teaching. Wondrous, inconceivable, amazing. Jaw dropping. Freshness, vividness, a virgin consciousness, the first snowfall of thoughts. No tracks yet. No karmic habits, no bakchak, no karmic imprints yet. Virgin consciousness, primordial purity, spontaneously accomplishing. Thank you. Thank you. Europe's greatest mystic, Meister Eckhart, 600 years ago in Germany, said, "Gratitude is the only prayer I need." He was a tremendous mystic and theologian, fantastic. Yet he stressed gratitude, so simple, so freeing, so rich, so delightful, so fulfilling. Buddha, in his 10 paramitas, the 10 Panacean virtues of the Bodhisattvas, the first one is not ethical morality, not meditation or mindfulness, but dana paramita, gratitude, generosity. Isn't that interesting? Paying back, paying forward, non-attachment. Isn't that interesting? So as this is hopefully, theoretically, at least nationally, a season of generosity leading into the great Christmas season of unattached giving, slightly commercialized, but still available. Tune into that channel. Giving without expectation of return. Selfless giving, caritas, the true heart of charity. Dana in Sanskrit, dana paramita, transformative practice of giving, of sharing, of letting go, of non-attachment. We have a lot to be grateful for, I think. Think about it. We're the lucky ones, we're still alive. We can gather together like this. For all its faults, our country ain't that bad. Still a first world country, sort of on top of the world, whatever our serious problems may be. even religious freedom, we can gather like this, it may not be possible forever or in all countries anyway, even now. Gratitude is the heart of prayer. As the Zen Benedictine monk, Brother David Steindl-Rast titles one of his excellent books. Gratitude is the heart of prayer. Look it up at the gratitude.com website. David Steindl-Rast, an Austrian-American psychiatrist who was a Benedictine monk and a Zen practitioner in California. Wonderful. We take so much for granted. Gratitude is a good balance for that, if not antidote. We have so much, we know so little, even how to use it or take advantage of it or exploit our own inner resources for change. Be nourished on our own yoke instead of always trying to break through shells and walls and somewhere else, get something else. Nourished on our own inner substance. There's different kinds of gratitude that I've discerned just, quickly. Like first there's polite thank you, like you're taught to say thank you when somebody does something for you or opens a door or gives you a ride home from kids' school. Thank you, and you go and run off. You don't think about it. You're not really appreciating or thinking that much about it, how nice they are to you and how many hands, how many people, how many minds put it together, the system that's just dropping you off the school bus at the corner near your house or whatever. So polite, perfunctory thank you. And then developing, or perhaps let's say better than that, or more rich than that and abundant than that, real appreciative thank you. Like when you really appreciate somebody doing something for you or giving you something and going out of your way. It's not just a perfunctory, cursory thank you, being polite, a little hard into it, appreciating, stopping for a moment, acknowledging the other, sharing a moment of connection with them, taking it in, and also like sending it out. What goes around comes around. Mutual reciprocity, not just taking it in or passing it, paying it forward. That's another way of mutual reciprocity. And then third kind of gratitude, we could say, is authentic, inspired gratitude, verging on love or generosity, forgiveness, being able to be bigger than. Love is bigger than like, the polarities of like and dislike, beyond appreciation, and just really genuinely sort of like awesome gratitude. Like I never really thought about it when I was a kid, but later, and also through Buddhist practice, through Lojong, spiritual refinement, Lojong, mind training, Lojong, attitude transformation, Lojong practice, exchanging self and other and all that, breathing in and out together and sharing, again, mutual reciprocity. What do we call it? Exchanging self and others, putting yourself in their feet, in their shoes. Seeing through their eyes, help us include or accept the differences. Awesome generosity where we really are sort of in awe that somebody could give or do that for us, or sacrifice their life for their, let's call it buddies. I don't know if you know this, but the Congressional Medal of Honor is usually only awarded to people who give up their life to save lives, not just for doing something heroic. So it's often posthumous. What did Jesus say? Something like, what did he say? No person has a greater love than those who give themselves for others, give up their life for others. That's awesome. And it doesn't mean just sacrificing your breath, your mortal life. How about dedicating your life to others? Like saints and bodhisattvas, like Mother Teresa, Archbishop Tutu, the Dalai Lama, Aung San Suu Kyi, and so many others we could mention. And then a gratitude that's sort of a soulful aspect, beyond the awe, which the awe brings up like songs, hymns of praise. These things are like prayers, but they're not really asking for anything. They're songs of hymns of prayers of praise, of delight, of appreciation, uplifting everybody's soul and spirit. It's like the fourth, maybe I got to the fourth or the fifth kind of gratitude, which we see in all the religious and spiritual and humanistic traditions, even rejoicing, celebrating it. And the last kind I want to mention, maybe with a little Buddhist influence perhaps, the ultimate gratitude of desirelessness. Just saying thank you for whatever's given, of non-attachment, of wise acceptance, not just putting up with it, but wise acceptance, non-attachment, desirelessness, the ultimate gratitude. I hesitate to say wanting and needing nothing. Don't take that too far. We all have basic needs and wants, but desire, craving, incessant craving, addiction, these are other levels, getting into the pathological even area of that arc. Desirelessness, non-attachment, the ultimate dana paramita, the inner, the secret, generosity, self-giving, letting go of yourself, your selfishness, your self-interest, and sharing this world, this life that we're given. We may very well have created a nice life for ourselves, but really, we created our conception and birth and our nursing and our being protected and brought up by those who love us. Really, we created that? I'm not sure. I don't think so, not exactly. There's a lot to be grateful for. And I want to stress this, let's call it, for lack of a better term, Buddhist gratitude, non-attachment, desirelessness. An example, we all tend to hear the same stories in many of the Buddhist books in English, same stories again and again. The story of the Buddha and the old lady and the mustard seed, or others, Milarepa dropping his clay pot, his soup pot. It was the only thing he had in his cave. And it broke, and him having a big awakening, realized even that he didn't need. Anyway, my Theravadan preceptor from Thailand, Ajahn Chah, said he was an arhat. Ajahn Chah, Wat Bang Po, Wat Ba Po. Wat means temple. In Thailand, Jack Kornfield's root teacher, Ajahn Sumedho's teacher, who started the main Theravadan monastery in Britain, Amaravati, Chithurst, whatever they call it now. Ajahn Chah always said, and I found this remarkable. Thank you, Wat Ba Pung. Very good. I find this remarkable. Ajahn Chah used to say this, so it's one of the few pith instructions that I remember from him. He always used to say this, just this much. Of course, he did not speak English. He was an old monk when we met him, a Thai jungle monk. He did come to America once or twice. I sat in a 10-day Vipassana retreat, insight meditation retreat in Barrie, Insight Meditation Center once with him in the early mid-70s. He always used to say, just this much. I mean, the translator would say, Ajahn saying just this much, remember just this much. And then we would all say, what does that mean? What really? He said, it's like, this is what you get. This is your karmic result. It's just this much, and it could be enough. Rather than it's never enough, having the hungry ghost syndrome or whatever. Always trying to change things, get something else, the new, the next. Taking for granted what we're given right now, which is so much. Again, are we really the producer of all this? So theists practice saying thank you for whatever God gives you. It's a tough practice. Not my will, but thine, O Lord. Maybe you know those words, you've heard them. We don't emphasize them much. Also, we're not theists exactly, so most of us, not all of us, in non-theistic Buddhism, enlightenment-oriented Buddhism. Anyway, saying thank you for whatever comes is a beautiful practice. It doesn't mean walking out in the street blindfolded, getting hit and saying thank you, goodbye. No, that's stupid. But the middle way, being grateful, not taking for granted, very important. Not overlooking what's right under our nose, outerly or even most deeply. Not just looking for God everywhere else, actually finding them inside oneself and each other and all. So this Buddhist gratitude or non-attachment leads into this kind of appreciation, which is one of the translations of the word Sambhogakaya. Appreciation. Enjoyment body, they translate it as. What does that mean? It's not a body, but it's an attitude. It's like a state of consciousness. Enjoying pleasure and pain, and I'm not talking about S&M, but enjoying pleasure and pain. Enjoying liking and disliking. Big love, unconditional love is bigger than like and dislike, the polarities of like and dislike. The enjoyment body, Drukchen Rinpoche talked about this quite a bit at our Dzogchen Retreat Center 20 years ago outside Austin, Dzogchen Oseling, talking about enjoying everything. He spoke English of a sort, good English of a sort. I still remember his pith instruction, everything can be meditated. Enjoy everything as it is. Whoa, that's the big Mahamudra. That's one taste. That's single savor. That's great equanimity. That's oneness vision. That takes a lot of stress and struggle out of life, always trying to climb the ladder of success or get something better or whatever. So there's a lot to say about gratitude and the practice of gratitude and how far it takes you. And I like to link it up with Dana Paramita, the first one. Gratitude, generosity goes together. It's a beautiful practice. Non-attachment is its really soul or essence. Not being attached to separate self, to self-interest, egotism, not to mention worse, narcissism, solipsism, and so on, self-centered egotism. So that's a few thoughts for us. I've been thinking about it this week. I wrote a few poems about it, not ready to see the light of day. Some people say to me, when do you have time to write? How do you write? Where do you write? I don't know. I always write, always have something going, and moving around with little pads or notebooks, and then here, typing, whatever you call this. And that's my natural expression. I didn't grow up wanting to be a poet or write poetry. That's what my sister did, let's say. I didn't have a diary. It's my way of sharing, let's say. Not even intentionally, more like naturally. It's a natural goodness coming out beyond good and bad. I'm not saying it's good poetry. I'm not saying I'm doing everybody a favor. I'm doing me a favor by letting it out and rereading it and enjoying it and revising it endlessly like a neurotic person. But there's no deadline. There's no reason. As a Zen master said, of course poetry is delusion. Long live delusion. So don't be stingy with yourself and your inner riches. Don't die with the music locked up inside, as somebody said. Be kind to yourself in many ways, including generous to yourself. Don't be stingy with your emotions too, or with self-care, as well as other care and caring in general. So that's a few thoughts for today, for the week of Indigenous People Day, Thanksgiving. I don't know if it's a great day for the turkeys or for the indigenous people on this continent, but anyway, it's one of my favorite holidays. It's not as commercial as Christmas. It doesn't fall into the sectarianness of different, Christmas season, Hanukkah season. What's the other one? I can't remember. In December season. It's a nice holiday for us all. I don't know why. I haven't studied these things. All I know about Thanksgiving is turkey, family, and the Detroit Lions always play football in the afternoon. For Thanksgiving, you have to watch the Lions game, no matter how bad that team might be. But what I do know is it's a beautiful thing to get together and to celebrate each other and share in bounty, just like here. This is a feast, I think, I find. It's beautiful. And we can give thanks every day. Perhaps gratitude is the only prayer we need. Say thank you for whatever's given, just this much. This could be enough. I'm not saying it is enough, maybe it's not enough, but it could be. That's a good balance. It's never enough. We always want more. We're striving, climbing, hurrying. I don't have to go explain. We're all students of desire and its attached sufferings and dissatisfactions. So thank you for listening to me warble today. I think I'm still high on turkey and family and Bambinos. I actually had a three-way baseball catch yesterday with my nephew and his son. Highlight of my year. Any questions or thoughts, please share away.
You have a question, Lama. The questioner says, I think I have a decent handle on worldly desire, but lately spiritual desire has become an obstacle. Framing spiritual attachments as something that I can get specifically. Would you talk about spiritual desire?
Well, the Buddhist pioneer Trungpa Rinpoche, Chogyam Trungpa, wrote a whole book called Spiritual Materialism. But most important, he coined that term. So we don't want to just, be worldly in our spiritual ways, like being attached to and spending over much time collecting Asian antiques and putting them on our walls or altars, rather than collecting spiritual accomplishments, if you want to use the word collecting, achieving spiritual accomplishments. But let's let spiritual desires, if you want to use that word, I'd rather use aspirations, which is a little higher, let's say, or more refined. Let's not let all wishing and hoping and praying and aspiring and intending go too soon and just mistakenly become like a doormat, accepting whatever steps on it and not, being able to do much about it. That's for doormats. That's not for humans. We have agency. We do have will for some reason, even if it's just survival. We need to use it, not just become lobotomized in the name of a dharma or a simpleton in the name of simplicity, or anti-intellectual and not knowing how to think or analyze or learn or remember anything in the name of going beyond the mind. That's not beyond the mind. That's not even up to the level of conscious mind and educated adult awareness. You could look into this subject of spiritual materialism, but in short, I would look at it as a spectrum or a developmental spectrum from desire, animalistic desire, like we need food and drink and shelter and other things as we develop, and then developing into aspiration, like not just survival or not just selfish or primitive desires from the lower chakras or the, what do they call it, reptilian brain, but also from the heart chakra and the vision chakra and the oneness cosmic consciousness that's part of our consciousness, so that we aspire to higher things. That's the desire. Now let that be the last desire that we have, striving for going beyond the duality of desire and desirelessness. To make it simple, going beyond desire into aspiration. Aspiration can also become golden handcuffs rather than the cast iron handcuffs of basic desire, animalistic desire. But that's part of surviving. And the other thing is part of conscious evolution surviving, the aspirational. So thus we talk about bodhicitta in Mahayana Buddhism, the great Mahashunyata, the great subjectivity, the great shining void is the ultimate bodhicitta, but the relative bodhicitta is the altruistic aspiration for enlightenment. That sounds like a desire, the desire to free all beings from suffering and awaken and illumine the world. Let that be the last desire to go. Even the Dalai Lama is afflicted by that. That's what keeps him being reborn here again and again. So this is a good week to think about these things, I think. We've gotten together today, planted a few seeds, had a good meditation together. Tuesday, we have our member appreciation day. Get together with me and us together. And Saturday, I'm giving our master class that we have once a month. Please think about signing up. It's really great, and I love teaching it. Excuse me. So you can enjoy everything. Even a good sneeze can be very delicious. So please join us if you wish. Otherwise, one in heart and mind. Bodhicitta is the heart of the bodhisattvas, the engine of the great ship, Mahayana Buddhism, the universal deliverance vehicle. Bodhicitta. Altruistic is unselfish for others. Altruistic aspiration for universal awakening, enlightenment. Thank you all, and I wish that for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lama.
You're very welcome. What a delight.
Excellent. Have a great Sunday, everybody. Hope to see you at one or both of the events coming up this week.